Hello everyone, welcome back. I am your host Ahmani Brown, and I am joined with none other than Devaughn. And the only, Devaugh's over there. Devaugh's over there.
What's up? What is
I said hi.
Oh, I just heard
No.
Get it together, Devaughn. Lock in. We started the podcast. Let's go.
Come on, man.
Nah.
How you boys doing? How you guys been? How you guys feeling?
Chilling.
I've been alright, nothing too bad. It's mainly just been work, to be honest, so can't really say much about my week.
All right. So, we're going to get this right out of the way first. So, we are currently recording this during the Super Bowl. So, if you hear background noises from any of our mics, best believe it's from probably the Super Bowl. As well as any last-minute adjustments that we'll just randomly have if we have to have a reaction to a thing. In case anything good comes out as far as commercials, anything else good comes out as far as commercials go. We'll talk about him. Devaughn is currently got the Super Bowl up on his side, right? Am I not wrong?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yep. If anything cool comes on, tell us. But like, other than that,
just to put the FYI, it's half times right now, so I'm about to watch Usher can perform.
So we'll be
about
fine.
to be chilling.
Yeah, we'll be fine. Nothing to worry about. But it's just to point that out there so that everyone knows when this is happening right now, and that you don't get too distracted by weird things that might happen. Besides that, I guess everyone's been enjoying their Super Bowl Sunday, right? Chilling.
Enjoying my weekend.
Yeah, enjoying the weekend.
Yeah.
You too? All right, cool. So, what you guys been playing? What you guys been watching, reading, checking out, doing the thing as you always do? So,
yeah, let me go first real quick.
All right.
I want to talk about my job.
Talk to him.
Talk.
So my job has
us.
been slacking. Yeah, I just know that my school has been around for only 4 years now.
Oh no,
they're brand new at this. They don't know what they're doing. I can tell by each day what they do. Because they schedule my person, I'm the one with a kid, and the teacher to leave at the same time. That's not good. That's 2 less people to worry about all like 10 of the kids. And 2 times this fucking week should happen. I'm mad about them. First time, my kid had a thumbtack in his mouth.
Why?
When I came back from break. I was befuddled. I didn't even take off my jacket yet. I just saw him with his with a thumb. I was like, "What's in your mouth?" I was like, "Let me get that real quick." I take it out of his mouth like slowly. I'm like, "Are you sucking on a thumb? What?"
I'm like, bro, if this went down, I would actually have to put the fear gun in it, bro. I'm like, yo, if this whipped down your throat, you can mess up your windpipes. You could potentially talk in a raspy voice for the rest of your life, and that's at best.
They should be talking like this for a little bit, just gonna keep it going.
I was like, fuck, this school is trash. The next day. Okay. I go on break again. I come back. Hey, where's my 1-to-1? Oh, he's at the nurse. He sprayed the cleaning stuff in his face. I'm like, what? Who left the bottle? And why did he do the one thing not to do?
The bottle out. It's not like he sprayed other kids or anybody else, or just like a wall. Himself in the eyes. The thing that you know. Is he
luckily,
good?
Yeah, luckily he was smiling going to the bathroom. Going to the nurse.
So he wasn't that
bad. Was fun. He was all good. It was just funny to him. But I was freaking out like, what are y'all doing?
What is happening?
And now the last thing. Apparently, my teacher thinks I have beef with the person's job I took. I barely even talked to that person. I'm like, what? Bugging. Imagine they said that Devaughn has beef with somebody. Daquan heard this from the person that thought that they had beef with me. He asked her, like, "Hey, you got beef with Devaughn?" He said, "Daquan, get the fuck out of here. What are you talking about? I'm gonna beef with nobody."
I was like, cool, because he don't got beef with you either. I don't know.
He was like, I had to make sure, because that's not Devaughn. He would have told me. So yeah, this is drama for no reason, and the kids are not taking care of the kids. Not a good environment. I've been trapped again.
There's always gonna be something, bro. There's always gonna be something.
Whoa, chill. I'm just trying to vibe.
I'm trying to vibe.
The director was like, take care of the kids. Just have fun with them. That's your job, to have fun. And if a kid wants a toy, get them another of the same toy. But as we don't have the same toy, it's buy another one. I'm like, bitch, that's your job. You buy the things that we don't have. She says there's no sharing. Each kid has to, like, have their own things.
Why can't they just share? Well, I guess I know why that they can't really just share.
Yeah, but, like, we have to do that because a lot of kids like, hey, I want what that kid has, and I'm going to cry now if I don't get that. It's like, she doesn't think about that. Bad director. Boo. But I'm going to find a new job and be off this piece.
You're already ready
What?
to leave? Already?
Already? Ahmani, when I'm on break, my kid almost died twice.
Oh. Oh, okay.
The fuck? They did not do the breaks very well.
They just need to switch up the breaks.
I know. We asked them, like, no, this is the schedule. Because the 1-to-1, that's not a teaching moment. That's a lunchtime for the kids.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't really, like, there's no reason for me to be there. But clearly there is.
Clearly, I'm needed.
Slacking, and they're never gonna fix it. So gotta go. And I'm gonna keep on asking, but it's not looking good.
You can always try to become something in the school.
I can try
and move up.
I'll try
that
it.
way.
Becomes a principal.
I'll give me an assistant. Also,
nah, Devaughn the principal. That's a good ring to it.
It does. We'll see what the future holds for Devaughn 2024. Other than that, show watching, TV watching, not that much. Spent a lot of time doing classes for the job and cleaning up this week. Okay. Watching shows, nothing really. Nothing.
What?
I've been playing games. A lot of Fortnite, a lot of Palworld.
Palworld.
Mm-hmm.
It's Palworld going right now.
About Palworld is it's a grind.
It's a grind.
It's just a lot of getting a whole bunch of iron, collecting all the fucking pals. It's whatever. It's getting kind of boring, kind of like numbing just to do this shit over and over and over. But I'm trying to push through because to get more stuff.
What level are you?
I'm level 30,
bro.
Oh yeah, have you heard that Palworld's like having a challenge, where if they can get a certain amount of likes or followers on Twitter, they'll add in sex into the game.
Bro, what? That can't be real. That can't be real.
It's real. I think it's real.
That can't be real.
I'm liking whatever you're talking about. I'm liking. I'm liking. Thumbs up.
It was on like Twitter or something like that.
Let's just take a little look-see. Let's just look at
that really came out of left field, Ahmani.
That really did.
Because from my memory is that someone said that because of Cult of the Lamb did the same thing. It was like a prank, or they said that if the Cult of the Lamb Twitter can get a certain amount of followers, they'll add it into their game. They did, and then Powell was like, "Huh, that sounds like an interesting idea."
They're like, "Fuck,
I wonder if we can get. I wonder if we can get a certain amount of followers." And no comment after that. But then someone asked like a question of like, like with the like just the pals, right? Mm-hmm. And then they sent a meme being like side eye, like that the little kid, African kid, just like side eye. I was like, oh
just
no,
the pals, right?
Just the pals, right?
Just the pals.
I don't know.
A Valentine's giveaway.
Almost forgot off. I watched the whole last season of Rick and Morty. almost forgot to mention it.
That go hard.
It was finally it really spawned on Spawn. It got released on Hulu. You know I said Spawn.
Just spawned on him. Then suddenly it appeared, and you're like, "Oh, okay, I guess." Yeah, there it is.
Like, say less. I think it's a funny show. Like, it's brain. It
I mean,
breaks your
Rick and
brain.
Morty
It
is
breaks
good.
your brain.
It's funny,
Yeah,
but the
a lot of
audience
hate.
kind of ruins it more than anything else.
I hate that. Ignore the fucking fans. It's love the content.
Boy, I'm gonna be honest with you, dog.
Mhm.
As much as this makes sense for them to do as like a troll,
Mhm.
I don't see anything on their Twitter. that
Again,
says
this is
anything
just what I
about
heard.
this.
I could have sworn.
Wait, Ahmani did more research than me. He like, I want to see some sex.
No, I want to see the tweet in which they said, "Hey, yo, if we get enough, we'll add sex."
It's okay, Ahmani. We know what
It
you're
was like
thinking.
suggested. I don't remember where it was.
I didn't search up Palworld sex. I searched
I
up
did.
their Twitter account. No, I'm trying to make sure that they don't understand. I searched up their Twitter account.
Nah, I'm gonna continue fucking with you. This guy looked up the sex.
On their Twitter account.
Where?
I don't see it.
where
I'll
did I
admit. I
Where
don't
did I
see
find
anything.
this? I'm trying to
I
remember
don't
where
see-
the hell.
Just
This
oh,
came up.
It was in his dreams. Like, oh,
Hell
Mr.
no!
Sexy.
I would have never thought of that.
Hey man, you never know. The brain is an interesting place.
Brain is an interesting place, but that is the one thing I would have. That's like the most left field thing I could possibly think of. I think.
Your brain's just like, what the hell? But yeah, I'm currently looking at the thing, and I don't see anything. So I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm not saying you didn't see something. I'm just saying it might not be official. That's all I'm saying.
But,
I have a pin one. I have the Valentine's art giveaway for enemies. Yeah, no, I don't see anything about Palworld sex. Good, thank God. At the same time, it's like funny. I don't know what to do. It would just become a porn game if they add sex. I'm not even gonna front.
kind of. This is. I think this was it right here. This is the link to like a YouTube short where this is like being stated.
Okay.
Man has the source.
Fairly sure.
He has a source.
I think this was it when I was just randomly scrolling through YouTube shorts and I was like, what the fuck? Why? Guess this is supposed to be a response to the Cult of the Lamb or something of that variety. Team fact check.
Okay, I'm looking at it right now.
Okay.
Oh, this is November. Oh, they replied to this a long time ago. Okay, that's why
Yeah.
it's not easy to find. It's in November of 2023. It's not that long, but like long enough. And it's in their replies of all things. So let me see. Now that this video is saying it, I can see if I can find it on their site since we're here. Let's go down. Looking currently I'm in February 6th. We're gonna keep going. We've reached January 29th.
You said December, February? There's December?
Yeah, according to the video, it said November. So let's see.
November.
November. We're looking through their replies. If I can find that that's not a bad idea, then that's all the proof we need. That's all we need to find.
No, I can't go there. I can't check it. Shit. It's up to you, Ahmani. You gotta
Don't
do
worry,
it.
I'm looking. We're fact checking right now.
We're deep in research.
We're deep in research. We gotta find out because if this is real, this is funny as shit. They already have breeding though. Breeding is a thing in the game. Like it's a
I
little
need the animation.
No idea.
I need to watch. That sounded so wrong.
I'm assuming that the sex in what's it called in Cult of the Lamb is
34.
just them going into the tent and it
You know,
bounces
it's
around a
crazy.
lot.
One of the
I
comments
was
on
like,
here is
Why am I hearing Usher right now? I was like, what the fuck is happening?
You forgot. forgot that was over there.
This man really singing in my ears like, wait, what the hell? I'm not the one, Usher.
It's always, oh crap, I clicked on what I didn't want. Go back. Please tell me I'm not at the beginning. I'm at the beginning again! Okay, so I could just do a quick zoom.
Okay.
Zoom down in comparison. I don't have to keep stopping. We go to the bottom of the list. Yeah, I was stopped. I accidentally clicked on a thing and I didn't mean to.
Oh no.
The search is not over though. We're good. We're
Keep
probably back to where we started if I can get by enough ads. Because X loves its ads. The app formerly known as Twitter loves its ads.
Yes.
Okay, we made it to December. I made it back down in December. We're a little bit closer. Number 15th. They didn't have as many in December. Thank goodness. Like, we're literally almost through December already. I'm at December 8th, December 5th. And I know based on the thing it was near the end. Hold up, wait a minute. Let me zoom back up. I think I just saw the thing you were talking about with the kid.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I've seen these color palettes in design before. No, that one's funny. Nah, we gotta know. We gotta know if this is facts.
Holy shit.
November 29th, 2023.
Yeah, they said he was like, I wonder.
Alicia's here.
Alicia Keys.
On the 29th.
God.
They said Bucky, and they're like, no. Why was that the direct response after that? But yeah, no, I found it. And,
found it? Okay.
It's
Bring it up on a screen.
We'll add sex to the game if we hit 30K. Yeah, no, I got you. I'll stream it for you guys real quick so you guys can see it as well. I just find it funny that it's called the lamb added the like little Chad thing with it. Yeah, it's right here.
The lamb.
Right there. That's not a bad idea. What if Palworld reach 100K? I wonder. And this is in response directly to, we will add sex to the game if we hit 30K followers by the end of the year from Cult of the Lamb, the official Twitter.
Bucky?
Yeah, I don't know why the reply on this one is like from like Dakota saying Bucky, and then like they're like no. But I don't know what that's about. We don't really get that. But that is the thread. It does exist. It is there, and I mean, you said 100K. Let's zoom back up to the top. Palworld, how many you at right now? Let's see. You see? That's 300K. That's 300. That's almost 400K.
We will see in the future. Possibly.
We'll see in the future. That's what we'll see. We'll see if they stood by that.
Unless they meant the whole breeding thing they already have in the system, but
we'll see in the future. That shit's wild. No, we don't see the one where you're like. I didn't see. Obviously, I didn't see the one where you're like. You were talking about how it was like it's just the pals, right? It's just like.
it's in the little short like further down where that is, but.
Okay, I did not see it. I didn't see it there. Fascinating is what I will say about that. Fascinating, but that was a funny one. All right, so what about anything else? They also love this gift because they use this to reply to somebody else as well. I thought that was hilarious too. And it was like while I was scrolling down, I saw that one. I was like, yeah, no, the African kid side-eyeing or black kid side-eyeing. I'm like, yeah, no, that one's they like that one. Anything else they bought though besides Power?
No, nothing really. Because I cleaned up. I had to do a lot of training for my job. I never did. It's like I had to force myself to do it. So I've been a really like nothing week.
Makes sense. All right, Leon.
My week, it's mostly been just with work, dealing with my coworkers and everything, and them being, coworkers. Sometimes annoying, sometimes funny, sometimes stupid.
Give us a story.
What's a good one? Oh, although here's one that's recent. One of the servers, some reason decided to hand a customer a comp ticket for their food being messed up and everything, and try to have them pay for it.
Huh.
So there's that little fun thing right there.
Fair
A
enough.
comp ticket.
A comp ticket, yes. The server gave them a comp ticket, and the people came up to me and tried to pay for the ticket, even though the food was comped. It was taken care of already.
But like, dog,
I
you
try to get extra money.
Like it
Huh?
wasn't like told to
Coulda
me
got
or
that
anything like that. They
could
just
have got that extra tip, my guy.
Yeah, they really wanted
Could have
extra tip.
pocketed it, but it's fine. You did the right thing. That's good business ethics. That's what that is. Bravo.
It's a pain in the ass though. It's like it's just follow the rules. That's it. Just do it correctly. Some people may fuck up in one way, but don't fuck up. Follow. But I know there are some like little fun things where one of the servers actually, she's been raising chickens recently, and her kid some reason has named one of the roosters Cluck Norris. So
Yes.
I've been making
This is the
so
name.
many Chuck Norris jokes. Whenever
It's a great name.
I
She's
can
gonna
think of
choke
it.
you, bro. She's gonna
Yes.
choke you.
Well, funny enough, she doesn't care. It's one of the hosts. She doesn't, some reason, she just doesn't know who Chuck Norris is. She doesn't know any of the memes or anything like that. So I've been, culturing.
Culture on the way of Chuck
Now
Norris.
you know.
Now you will
Now
know.
you know. And then just, just having some fun, saying dumb shit.
Gotta have fun in life.
Always, never stop.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be funny.
But aside from that with work, gaming wise, I went on to 14 just for a little bit. Apparently they have their Valentine's event going on now, so there's that. There's mostly
what is the Valentine's event anyway? I'm actually curious. I don't remember what it is.
Valentine's event is literally just Valentine's Day, but instead of just being for love, it's also for like kind of friendship as well, because there's no question. Yeah. And the task which you really do is basically just either teaching a child what it's about and or helping someone with their love, possibly, or friendship, however it is. And that's pretty much it. There's nothing real all that fancy aside from, I guess, some of the characters that take event in it because they're named after the person who started it in the Final Fantasy lore of it. I'm not going to go into details. It's fucking complicated. But aside from that, they give you rewards like all events. This one's an emote. Essentially, it's kind of a cute pose where you make a heart with your hands. There's like little effects and everything. So it's neat. Though I could kind of wish that 14 didn't do this, where all the past event rewards just get transferred to the Mog Station, and it's a pain in the ass because just want to get sometimes, but you got to spend money now. You got to spend like I don't know, $5. It's like not. It's like it's $5, but I already paid a subscription. Why can't I just have it? Aside from that, a lot of Monster Hunter Rise just been going to ham with afflicted monsters that have been pain in the butt.
Yeah, I've been doing that with you.
Mm-hmm.
Monster Hunter has been the move recently.
Mm-hmm. And been getting that done. And that's pretty much it for like game. No, Yukiya. I've been doing Master Duel got back into Master Duel. They're actually having their 25th anniversary going on, so they have like a lot of packs and other things that variety. And they have this like new card, universe, something magician. It's trash. The card is absolute garbage. It's like something with 25, where you get like 25 increase of attack, but it's so niche you can't use it. It's just for collectibles reasons. That's pretty much it for gaming. There's nothing really else that I can really say. It's all that special been going on. Reading wise, same old stuff. I won't repeat Though I did find this little cute slice of life comedy, some with like romance too. The fucking name's atrocious. It's one of those paragraphs called the story between a dumb perfect and a high school girl with an what the fuck is this?
There's more.
Yeah.
He's looking at it being like, huh? It's always a title with him, bro. It's always a full.
I don't know
sentence.
what Japan do. I don't know why Japan does this. Inappropriate.
Wait, what?
The story between a dumb perfect and a high school girl with an inappropriate skirt length.
What the fuck? Why is that a descriptor?
Exactly. The manga browser, the app that I use to find this, all I get is the story between a dumb P. I'm just like, what the fuck is this? Like, why?
What's going on here? Oh.
And the cover just shows, like, I guess 2 dads and then the protagonists with being younger. But essentially, it's a slice of life. Our heroine, Hinata. She is just, you know, a girl just living her life, and for some reason I guess it has an inappropriate skirt length. And our perfect guy, Toga, he's scolding her for the length and other things that she's doing because, you know, she's a Garo girl. Next thing we know, she's in detention because of that, but come to find out, he's also in detention because he's pretty fucking dumb. Apparently, he's not the brightest, and
he was dumb.
And even though he shows himself being this perfect person, he's not really all that well in the brain. And
so it's just a himbo and a girl. A girl with a gal, actually. Just
a gal. And funny enough, the gal is the normal person. He is the very extra
She'd be looking like, bro, what the hell?
And everyone else around her is extra as well. So you just have this just chaos and her just reacting to it, and then she gets to the point where she's just like, why just be normal, please. And then she doesn't care after a while, but it's still just kind of quirky. It's nice, but it's only 66 chapters, 21 pages for some of them, sometimes 18. So, you know, give it a shot. It's cute. It's nothing like degenerate or anything. Just, you know, little wholesome moments.
It's a little short skirt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's pretty much it. Aside from Solo Leveling, I guess, been watching that, enjoying it. Recently, they just had a little drop of a OST, which is really good. People have been going ham about it because of just how it goes so well with the scene, and yeah, check it out. Soul Leveling's been great so far. It's like if you are a shonen, huh? What?
I don't think we have to say check out Solo Leveling.
No, we don't. We really don't. But still, some people may be like,
they will find a way.
They will find out. This was what Twitter. Apparently, Twitter's gone crazy for it, and a lot of other people too. So, you know,
it's probably gonna be the next like big thing, especially with Attack on Titan gone and a couple other things being kind of seasonal now. It's like, yeah, this is the time for something to step up, and this is probably one of those things.
Yeah.
We'll see. I don't know.
We'll see.
I don't know.
Well, so far,
aren't you watching
saying...
I am.
See?
Have you seen season 6, episode 6?
I'm like, what? Yes.
I was like, season 6. I'm like, oh, when did we jump that fast? I'm like, it's a big jump.
They steamrolled it. They threw him some filler too, just in case.
Jump is crazy.
But no, that's pretty much it. I don't really have anything else to really say.
Cool. Fine by me. I gotta add that crazy dumb. This is such a long title.
Copy and paste.
Why do you? That's what I'm saying. But like, why do you find these? Why do you find these?
Manga browser.
No, I didn't say how. I said why.
Why? No idea. It literally just, again, manga browser. I go to latest. I just scroll down. All right, what's this? Okay, what's this? All right. what the hell is this long ass name? I can't pronounce it, but the art looks decent. Let's see what the hell it is. It's literally my thought process. It's just like, okay,
the art looks decent. It might not be bad.
Might not be bad. It seems okay. Some of them just say isekai. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna try and skip through.
Be honest. The moment you saw I'm gonna be honest with you. The moment you see isekai, you should probably be like, I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna just do something else. I'm gonna just leave that alone for right now.
You see, the funny thing is, most of the time I kind of just be like, okay, I must not. But other times my brain is just, what kind of dumb shit is this?
What's going on here?
What plot point of isekai is this one? Like, which twist and turn is gonna choose? Like, are you gonna get hit by the truck? Are you just gonna be teleported there? Are you gonna die random death? Like, are you gonna be busted? Are you gonna be casual? Or are you gonna be a abandoned hero that can?
It's funny.
I don't know. Do something else.
I think what I really dislike is how I dislike how recently isekais have actually gone to this extent where they have like the hero fantasy, like the busted hero fantasy in a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like the funny ones I can always deal with because they're playing it up for jokes. It's like, yeah, no, you're in a different world, goofy hijinks, and it's like it's the same kind of jokes, but like not told the same way. So you're like, it's funny, right? I can excuse those because they're just like, it's all a joke, right?
Complete comedy.
Like,
It's
Konosuba being the perfect example of like, nah, it's all a joke. Right? None of it's supposed to be taken serious.
Not even that they're busted. I'd say the only busted person is Aqua, but she's useless at the same time.
They're not. No, they don't count because they're comedy. The whole deal is that they're a comedy, right? So it's like they're a joke. It's the whole point is a joke, but like the ones that are taken seriously are never in a situation in which it's like, yeah, no, I actually have to figure out my way around, like, this world, right? Like, I'm probably shit tier in comparison. Like, I don't have powers where I come from. Nothing. Like, it's always something crazy that's, like...
you have everything, by the way.
Like, you somehow got everything by getting over here. And I'm like, you get all the bitches and the hoes.
You get all the powers. Hell, I'll give you a new power that no one else has.
Hell, he's getting the nun. The person you probably shouldn't be getting, absolutely, but he's getting them too.
He's getting the nun. That's very true.
Exactly.
There's so many of them. It's like, the holy.
You're getting the bitches, you're getting the hoes, you're getting the nuns, and you shouldn't be getting either of them, but you're getting it.
Well, because the nun is a plot twist, a succubus for some reason,
or something weird. It's like all because you got that one power that makes you like him the hedgehog. I don't know. Him the hedgehog. I was like, bro, like, come on, I'm trying to enjoy it. Like, give me something like fascinating to do with it, like something interesting, please.
No, it has to be deadpan. It has to be self-insert to the T.
At the very least, I'd like it to be something like fun. Like if you were gonna do it and be like, damn, it's dying. If you're gonna do it, just have it be like something fun. Like if you're gonna have him like get every girl, right? Let him come through and he was like a hostess, right? Or not a hostess, like a host at like one of the clubs, right? Like that exist in Japan, right? Like he pulls up and is like, oh yeah, no, that dude's just straight up pretty. Like, and they just don't make him like that over there. And that's why. Or like genuinely it could be something as simple as like, oh yeah, like in back where I came from, I was like ex-military, like I was kind of him, but not like the dude. It was like you're like someone that's like genuinely like, he should be able to fight. He should actually know how to like do some strategy. He's on a war path, honestly. And the fact that he's over here, he's like, I don't know what I'm doing over here, man. And you like take that guy, like basically the dude from Gate, because he's fun, right? Yeah. But I'm not trying to use him exactly. But like you take Tommy from Gate, but like maybe like grunge him up a bit, and you drop him into like fantasy world, like fun fantasy world. Not like he's like, what the fuck am I? What is happening? like just have that be a thing, right? You know what I mean? Like just.
Well, funny enough, there is the whole reincarnation nonsense is like throwing that in there. Actually, there is a story that has this like world-class assassin that it's the world class. He can do anything. He's capable of all this stuff. Gets killed, gets isekai'd, and reincarnated in this case. And he now has all this knowledge of being a former assassin. I think with some magic powers. I'm not totally sure, but it's also corny and cringy because his mindset is as an adult but he has the skills of a, I don't know, a refined assassin that can, take out anyone.
It's like when I say like ex-military, I mean like I don't mean like this dude is like he's dope, as in like the best way I can describe it is like this guy was cool for someone that exists in our world, like today, and he's being brought to like dumb fantasy, like fun fantasy world, right? Where like, yeah, like he should probably not be able to jump it. Like he looks at someone jumping 50 stories and goes like, "What the fuck is that? Why do you have a 50-foot vertical?"
So it's not like that. Okay.
But
so
like, and it's him like trying to like more so like it could be him or her, it doesn't really matter. But like them like trying to take what they know and then attempting to adjust with the new rules they're given. Not like
they don't.
I came over here and now because of that background, I'm cracked, right? It should be I have my strategies because I was that dude, and now I'm using those things applied to these things, and thus I'm trying to figure out how to get around things. So like you get there and he's like, I don't know how to use a like, what do I know about using magic? But I do know what a grenade is, and if you could give me something like that, I can work with that.
I can cook with this.
And then they're like, what if we gave you a magic spell that's like a grenade? I'm like, I can use that. That's within the confines of my understanding.
See, that doesn't happen though. He has to somehow be very over exaggerated.
Like I said,
and be able
every
to do
time
it
it's
regardless.
always Himmy the Hedgehog.
And
they're that dude, but regardless of where they're at. And I'm like, that's a little lame.
Because
I want to see you struggle.
There's this one reincarnation manga that's so fucking stupid. Because what is it? Magic is supposed to be this all-powerful thing. And I think I told you about this before. Was where the gun becomes the most busted fucking thing ever. Where you can make a Glock, the fucking AK-47, rocket launchers, and it just destroys anyone. Magic barriers, spells, anything.
They just can't deal with the 10.
Like, a 55 caliber can just fucking destroy a wizard. It's like, oh, okay, cool. His barrier that's supposed to, protect him from almost anything. It just gets just fucking wrecked.
I was like, that's funny, but I also find it kind of stupid in the same vein of like, okay, so we're in a magic world where all the rules are different, and for some reason, a gun just wins all your fights. It's like it just does it. And it's funny if it's being played up for comedy. Yeah, if it's being played up for comedy. Yeah, that's great.
Seriousness.
It's straight so that it's like,
so it's like, why is this?
Because it's not like in Gate where it's just like, all right, look. They invaded us. We started glacking.
See, that makes sense though. It's
to be fair,
military.
Kate is kind of a wet dream for military stuff.
It is very much so, but at the same time, it's
you get it going into it. Like you see it happening.
How
and you're like,
would
that's
go
about
down
right.
if the military went into a fantasy world? Okay, cool.
You're like, and like obviously you get to some stuff where it's like, okay, look, the sniper rifles and the assault weapons aren't really taking out a dragon. It's just not working. But
I would hope not.
We got rocket launchers and missiles and fighter jets, so like we got that.
That could possibly work.
That can work. Right?
I personally think a dragon should be able to tank majority of it, but still take decent.
Still
damage.
kind of fire and explosion, but for the most part, I think it's like it should probably be taking missiles. I'm gonna be honest with the way it's technically supposed to be built, and that's not me being like, oh, dragons are OP. I'm just like, it's a dragon. Like it's a dragon. They breathe fire.
I don't think a regular like lizard can just take a missile though. It's like it's a big lizard.
But it's not
a regular lizard. Yes, like a regular lizard, but a dragon.
But it's not like a big lizard. It's like a big flying fire resistant like super lizard.
It really is just a super lizard.
It's got like like basically it's got armor plating as like it scales and like
yes.
Well, I guess not because if it's losing to swords and shields and like magic stuff, I mean, I guess
I saw a spear go to one's neck and
it depends on
true.
It depends on the dragon you're talking about because in multiple different dragons, some dragons can be stabbed by normal weaponry. Other ones you have to have this magical weapon that can only pierce its hide. Or
like a missile should probably knock it out the sky. Like the explosive damage from it should be like, it
do something.
It punches it, right? Like it's a hit. It should be effective. I'm
I
not saying it's walking off a missile.
A missile or a rocket launcher should most definitely be like, hey, yo, wait a minute, hold up.
He was like, "Hey, yo, you can hurt me."
Yeah. Bruised a bit. What the hell? I got some.
You can hurt me, okay.
Hurt me, okay.
But like the fire front, it shouldn't be burnt. Like you shouldn't be able to torch a dragon. If you pulled up with a flamethrower, that shouldn't work.
No, not in the slightest.
Now, if you pull up with a nuke, I mean, I'm just saying, I don't think a dragon's taking a nuke. That's just me, though.
Again, that depends on the dragon. Depends on what the dragon is.
Depends on the dragon. But like, with things being like the way they are with dragons, and like obviously as weird as they can be, they're like, okay, sometimes they're like world eaters that like, wouldn't matter.
Yeah.
In other instances, it's like, yeah, you could probably like if you got a good 50 cal from a distance, you could probably get a good hit in if you sniped it.
Between the eyes, just either
like right there, right in the perfect part, right?
Yeah. Or you can go Mach or you can go up the rectum.
Yeah, just go right up his butt, and it's like, you know what? That's fair. That's a soft spot. It's gonna be soft on the inside. It's just that's just how that works. That's facts.
Oh my god.
But yeah, nah. It's just the idea is like I need isekais to step it up. I feel like you're playing into the same trap, so you're not making very good characters because of it. Because I'm just kind of like, I'm like, come on, man, you can. Not every dude has to be like the most relatable guy. He's like, oh, look, he's like an average Joe. I'm like, if you're gonna make someone cool, make them like cool, and then they like drop them into the world, and you're like, all right, he's cool. He's struggling a little bit, but he's cool, so it makes sense why he's not struggling as much as he could be, right? Give it a reason to be like, that dude. I think Kirito was like the worst thing that could have happened. Like the success of Sword Art Online is like one of the worst things that could have happened.
100%. 100%.
Because Kirito comes into his world, he's like average looking dude, but he's like, I'm a beater, which is a terrible name for a beta tester. It's fucking retarded.
It is very terrible. But no, when he came in there, he knew everything, and he was just able to solo majority of the bosses in the game, and it's like, oh yeah, cool.
And like,
awesome.
at least they gave a reason as to why he was beating them, and he's like, because I fought them before. Like, I did it before. He's like, I got through like a couple levels of this thing because I used to play the beta, and I'm like, most of the encounters have remained mainly the same since I played that. And you're like, okay, I can understand that. Now, what I don't understand is, and I'm a tear, what's it called, apart right now, like a Sword Art Online apart. Don't understand how this man is somehow both a master hacker. And they had to go back and kind of explain the fact that he did kendo in real life, which is why he's good at sword fighting in this thing. But that's like technically a retcon because they had to do it after the fact.
That is very much a retcon because
it was like, oh yeah, no, he's a beast at kendo, and that's why he's really good at sword fighting. Like, okay, thanks for putting that in after he already did everything. But yeah,
was there any like explanation about how that correlates into the game? That's the main thing.
Yeah, they're like, hey, look. Your skill in real life correlates because you know how to do it. And I'm like, okay, but so can most people in this game. They swing swords and they have skills that they can use that don't necessarily translate to what they could do in real life. So it's like, all right. I also don't want to get into it because as much as I like the Gun Gale arc, right? Because the Gun Gale arc is cool. I don't really want to get into the fact that this man really was like, so I'm pulling up to the gun game with a sword, and I'm a beast on people, despite me never playing this game before. But I don't want to get into that. But like, there's a bunch of other stuff in that where he's just doing stuff, and you're like, this doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't.
Like one of the things he's hacking, one of the things he like when he saves like his little like AI daughter, for instance. I just want to take into consideration, and this is like obviously you're meant to suspend your disbelief, but a part of me kind of like my suspended disbelief kind of breaks. Because you're telling me that this man is hacking a brand new game that is being developed basically on AI and it's evolving as people are growing through it. And he's hacking that while also pulling in data from a living, breathing AI, which is essentially a sentient being that is being deleted while he is saving it. So he would...
Master hacker.
My man,
do it all.
Where did I come from? He just turned into a master hacker.
Like, he got in the tech.
Like the level of genius you would need and speed and proficiency you would need is unbound.
Hey, you know how it is in
to
anime,
do something
you
like
type
that.
In, and you can move in your fingers in a position, and somehow it works.
But it's just It's like somebody might be like, "You're thinking too deep," but I'm like, "Bro, no. Like, this is the situation they gave us. There's like this thing, and it's his daughter is being deleted as you are currently trying to save her, which means you have to rewrite her code on the fly while she's being deleted in order to save it. And then on top of that, you are hacking into a game that you have never done before, and it's house. And literally, if you could do that, if this is the thing, if you could hack and save an AI. Could you not hack your way out of the game in the first place?
Right? That's what I was saying.
At least allow yourself to turn off the thing that fries your brain, and then you can save everyone else over time. But no! This is never addressed.
It's too dangerous, that's why. It's very too dangerous, even though you tried hacking into the mainframe in general.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, how? Why? And this is during the good parts.
I'll find was fucking trash.
I want to get into the second
I'll find was, oh no.
And on top of that, despite this, like, particularly average dude kind of, you know, doing his thing, all the girls are falling for him. And it's like,
yeah.
That's not how that works. Also, there are like other male characters that exist. One of them's married, thank God. The black guy is just straight up married, so he's just off the table. I'm like, cool. He's in a happy relationship. Good for him.
He's just there. He just enjoys the game. That's it.
Is it Klein? Klein is the other one. It's just there and also a part of a lot of this stuff. And it's like, yeah, this man getting no play. How Kirito's supposed to be married and walking around with all the bitches. How does this work? How does this happen?
That's a good question, actually.
He's married. He's supposed to.
He has a girlfriend and marriage in the game, but the other girls are still like, no.
We still have a chance. And it's like, do you? Because like, as far as I'm concerned, they're like actually married. Like, because like, yes, they got married in the game, right? They're like, oh, that's cute, right? But like, that was their real life for like a year.
Yeah. I understand what you mean.
That was their life. Like, it's not like they got out and like, technically you can say things got annulled, but like, you guys lived in real time in that game for a year.
Mm-hmm.
If you married someone in that game, I think it was a year, right? Or was it over a year?
I'm pretty sure it was a year. I think it was over a year.
It's fine for over a year, which makes it worse. If you come out of that game and you married someone in that game, you're probably actually married to that person because you decided to marry them. Like, you wasn't hiding behind a mask because like that's like the first thing they get rid of in the first episode, right? And you're like, yeah. You know, if you were playing a female character, haha, you got turned into a dude and made a joke, and you're like, what the fuck? What? Yeah. Forgot to think. Like, but they do make that joke in the very beginning. And then, like, everyone else for, like, the next however long, because it's definitely, like, a year plus, maybe. It's like,
sitting there.
It's just them in there doing stuff in the game because that's their real life right now. That is their life. They die in the game, they die in real life. That's the whole thing. So I'm like, shouldn't you, like, I don't know. I feel like if you have a wife, and even if you wanted to, like, afterwards, like, make it even more official, being like, look, we're gonna do it again. It was like, you should probably, like, set those boundaries, right? Be like, like, this is nice and all, but like, I feel like maybe too many of you guys are hanging around me a little too closely. All things considered, and one of you're my cousin, so you need to stay the fuck over there. But like, but the rest of you, a little too close, considering.
What? One of them, I think, is just either underage or is too young. I personally believe the other one, even though she is akin to Asuno's age, it's already shown she knows that they had a thing and she should have accepted it. I'm not totally sure if it was or not. and then one of the newer editions, Shuna, I think her name. I'm not totally sure. From Gun Gale, her.
Yeah,
she gets brought in. And like,
she's one of the best ones.
Yeah, and she gets brought in. And it's like, okay, why are you?
I'm like, you're here because we're friends, but yes. Like you are liking him a little too much, considering he's a married man. You know this now. You know this.
It was very much stated.
You were very much pulling up to this. It was like, you should chill.
And then the moments of where he, you know, because of his look or whatever, because of anime logic, he gets to see it. He gets to see more than necessary. Because, you know, Anime.
because anime. As much as I love it, I'm just kind of like, I don't know. A part of me is just like, it's fine for it to exist, but it's gotten to a point where it's like, hey, average Joe. Actually, not even just average Joe, boring Joe. Because average Joe can be interesting. Boring Joe. Like, literally, filler character, you can replace name with anyone here, guy.
Yeah.
Is getting on my nerves as far as protagonists go. Because I'm like, can we come up with someone like that's like at least interesting to like watch and follow, please, for these things? Because if you're gonna oversaturate it, at least give me somebody fun to watch.
Another trope that I kind of find annoying is the one where the hero is essentially, the protagonist essentially, is completely useless, and then he finds an item that can make him godly, essentially, and doesn't have to work anything for it. He doesn't have to do anything at all. That's another one that's kind of like, why? There's no satisfaction. He's just capable now.
Because I'll say this, Sun Wu kind of has that problem, but at the very least with Sun Wu, Sun Jin Woo, he does have to work for it. Like, he does have to put in some, like, he's given the cheat codes, but the cheat codes are like, hey, look, you have to do some shit.
he has to level. He has to try.
We're giving you something a little broken, but you got to put in some work. Okay? You want to be the best, you got to try to be the best.
and his payoff is that he's, even though he in these dungeons or whatever, he's struggles there. He's somewhat
he struggles broken there so he can clap outside of that, like when he goes elsewhere. You're right.
So you get both worlds, kind of. You get both worlds on this one.
Yeah, where it's like, okay, you get the little broken thing, and it's like, okay, it's a little boring, but it's alright. But then it's like, but you gotta work for it. You're not just gonna skirt by.
And then there's
you gotta go punch a couple wolves in the face. You gotta go work out. You gotta run from like weird lizard creatures if you don't do your workouts. Yeah. For 4 hours, that's just wild. This is crazy.
He gotta do it. He's capable.
Most people would have died, dude. Running for your life for 4 hours, dude. People can't do that normally. No, your body would have collapsed by that.
Absolutely, but he had that adrenaline.
He had the drive.
Apparently, being a hunter, E-rank hunter can make you do that. So.
I was like, I'm gonna keep running, bro. That's all I need to do is keep running.
The fear of God was put into him.
Fear of death.
Fear of death. Yeah, actually.
He was like, I'm not trying to die, bro. I just got out of a death situation. I'm not trying to go back.
And then another one, even though I read these as like a guilty pleasure, are the concepts of reincarnation as a child and then still being capable because they trained themselves as a child to be able to do all these badass things and everything. That's another one that kind of gets on my nerves a little bit. Because, they're prodigies. They turn into prodigies-ish.
They practice since a young age. I feel like
good. Let's say, I think it'd be cooler if it was something where, like let's say we had an old samurai, right? And he dies off and he gets reincarnated. And he's like a part of him dying off when he's like old. He's like, I wish I trained earlier because I could have been better now than I would have been then. And then he's like getting that second chance, maybe not in his body, but a different body because, reincarnation. He's like, I remember being a swordsman and I could start at the age of 2. Let's go. That's fine.
I could be an infant. Let me get these legs going.
I'm going to start throwing these katas now. I'm going to be the buffest 2-year-old you've ever seen.
Just doing one-handed push-ups, just handstands.
But something like that, it seems like, as much as we're making a joke out of it, that seems fine. That's fine. He's training. I just went in the work. It's just damn, bro.
No, I see what you're coming from, but there are just moments where it's a bit too unbelievable, I guess, the way to put it. It's expensive disbelief.
I know what you mean. Well, we got off topic, so I guess I'll go into my next couple things. Okay. And got quite a few, but we'll just do a quick rundown. So, I beat Granblue Fantasy Relinked.
Woo!
Fire game. feels a little incomplete considering that I still have to do endgame stuff, to be honest, in order to get to the last chapters of things. So I'm gonna do all that endgame stuff and have fun with that, and hopefully play with friends and stuff like that will want to play Granblue Fantasy Relinked. As far as story goes, fun, happy, like we are friends, we work together times. For a JRPG, surprisingly short. I mean, like I think the campaign's like 12 hours, but the endgame stuff obviously goes on for a lot longer because it's the endgame stuff. But it's like 12-hour campaign, which basically the pacing on it hits a point where I'm like, are we done? And then the game's like, no, we're going. Like, and you're like, okay, so we're not done, but like we're going. Like it goalposts like 3 times towards the end, but like I think by like the 9th chapter, slight spoilers for those who are playing, I think by the 9th chapter, you're pretty much like on that path of like, we're at the end of the game. There's like not really much else for you to do except beat the game and then get all the extra content afterwards, right? Mm-hmm. And you're like, I guess we gotta go beat the game, because we're talking about like you getting to the final boss, fighting the final boss, and the final boss being like, goalpost moved, and you're like, fuck. I guess we're going.
I was like, but wait, we're over.
He's like, nah, we're not over yet. He's like, nah, I'm leaving. Which I'll admit, the crew of the Grand Cipher probably needs to get real good at like taking people out fast before they can move that goalpost, because that got moved like a couple times throughout the story. Because the story consists around the idea of saving your co-captain, Lyria. So for those that know, it's the little girl with blue hair that's always chilling around your main protagonist, whether you have Gran or Jita. Which you could choose. For those that don't know, you could just choose between the two. It's the boy's Gran, the girl is Jita. Fun fact, Jita is blue in, I can't remember what language, but basically it's just the names of the things. So Grand and blue. Ha! Fun. But she gets kidnapped pretty early on, and you get washed pretty early on. Like, you fight a dude that's just like, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. And you're like, oh, yeah, I mean, I think I could take you. And then you get washed, and you're like, I can't take him. I can't take him one bit. He just started one-shotting everybody on the team, and you're sitting there like, all right. I guess it's just me. But they kidnap her, and from that point on, the game is just like, all right, we're gonna get her back. Now, fun thing about it, which is why the pacing is a little weird, at least to me, is the fact that like that mission is a simple mission. It is a very simple mission. It's like, hey, go get her back. Cool, right? Sounds good. And it's like, that's the plan. And the characters treat it as such. They're like, plan is simple. Go get her back. And so there's like very little like, oh, we got to do this to get this thing, right? Or there's very little but why, or we want to do this, but this stops us, right? So like there's one moment of that in like the very beginning of like, okay, if you do this for this guy, then you'll get information, you can go here. And everybody's like, cool, makes sense, cool beans, high grade, it's not gonna be a problem, right? And then after that, it's just like, all right, so we're just going for it every time. Like whatever the objective becomes, it's like, that's the next thing we're doing right away. Like, it doesn't matter what it is. So it's like, save Lyria. We're going to save Lyria. All right. We saved Lyria. What's next? This thing is happening. All right, let's go get it. Like, there's no break point for anybody to be like, okay, we need to recuperate, or like maybe we need to go do something else, or like chill out for a second. Like, the story is very much just like, if we seize it, we go get it. And I can respect it, but I'm also kind of like, damn, bro, like, we could take a time to smell the roses. I haven't been in this world in this kind of fashion. Let me go fight something else. Maybe some people need help somewhere. Anything. It's just, you just truck along. And I'm like, okay, we're going. But I had a fun time. All the gameplay elements are super fun. It's a really cool action RPG, and all the characters that you get in it are fun. They have a system in which, so your main squad that you start off with, because they have over 20 playable characters in it, is what will carry you through the full story. Like, they are like going to be the main characters that will be talking all the time, having interactions, things like that nature, right? Mm-hmm. Everyone else you unlock via a crew member card, which is basically at certain points in the story they'll give you one, and then doing certain side quests they'll give you one, and you can just go up to this little merchant lady and go like, "Hey, I want to recruit a member of the team who technically is already on my team, but like they're not here right now." That's really the deal, because like everyone in that list of like, well, I guess the other 20, well, I guess they're all 20, so I guess the other, I think it's like 9 people in your party by default. I can't remember. It's like 9 to 6, anywhere between that. The rest of them are all on that list. And so you give them the crew member card, they pull up and they're like, I'm here to help. Right? Fun part about that is that there are certain parts in the story where those characters get special, unique voice lines because you kind of need them to. You don't need them to, but it's like it's a cool little attention to detail where they get special stuff that they get to say during those things. But they are not in any of the cutscenes, which, I mean, kind of makes sense, but it's also kind of like, aw, right? So, like, gameplay stuff, they're commenting, they're making, like, little interactions. Your party is constantly talking to each other. Like, constantly. And not in, like, an annoying way to me. It's, like, a fun little interactive, like, hey, so this person doesn't get along very well with this person. These two people are really cool friends. They actually have like a little thing with that, right? Like they're just constantly like chatting in the background, and you're like, oh, yeah, these are cool. Like these interactions.
It's like an actual person speaking. Like it's not like the typical like Monster Hunter little bleepings.
So it's like your characters are having conversations and having little banters and quips and things like that they'll hit along with everyone else. And honestly, if they're in the party for things that happen in in-game cutscenes, so in-game, like well, I shouldn't say in-game cutscenes, just in-game dialogue. So while you're running around and doing things and interacting with stuff, they'll have commentary on those things, right? So like I think at one point you're like fighting this giant ship that's like flying through, and there's a mech that you get to get involved with that you have to deal with. I'm not gonna spoil anything about what happens with the mech and the giant ship. But like, for instance, I had like Narmaya on my team, and I had Zeta, and these characters nowhere near this story. Like they're like, as far as like everything is concerned, not around, but they're like commenting on it, and they're talking about like how like this is kind of crazy, and like how this is like how we're like fighting this kind of like we're fighting this blimp right now. Like they're talking about the situation. You know, like that's a lot of extra detail to make them feel even more real and more like a part of the party than needed, and it's really cool. They actually like went crazy with it. Also, the crazy watercolor art style they got going on in this game, which I feel is understated in a lot of the videos. Like it's crazy how understated it is. Playing it, you're like, oh my god, this game is gorgeous. It looks so good. Like there's some stuff that just are straight up paintings. Like they're not 3D rendered or anything. They're just paintings. And you might go like, why is that a problem? Like that seems a little cheap, but you're looking at it and it fits, because you're looking at it and you're like, that's just what it should kind of look like in this world. Little detailings and stuff like that on everybody's like costumes, the hatching, like the art style for this is like insane. Sick times. Basically, I don't know if I want to give it a number review, but it's definitely one of my favorite games of this year so far. It's up there. I just wish there was more to do, and there is going to be more to do with DLCs, but, you know, once you finish the campaign, there's not much besides the side quests. Now, the side quests are fun, and the endgame stuff is really good, from what I've played of it, and obviously you can do it with friends, so it feels... The game kind of makes a weird feeling where it starts feeling like Monster Hunter versus the RPG you were playing like a minute ago. But it's cool in that way, and I recommend it to those who haven't picked it up, because it's honestly a fun time, and if you haven't gotten into the world, it's a cool way of getting into the world, but it will not tell you everything, which is kind of a little bit of the problem. The game starts with this idea of like you already knowing or have an idea that like a story happened before right now, right? Like, and that story would probably be the mobile game, right? And essentially, it's like, yeah, all that happened already. Which is why when you go and get a crew member card and you're like recruiting these members to your team, there's this obvious thought of like, these people are already part of the crew. Like, I'm just calling them in. I'm just being like, hey, yo, so we need help. You want to come with us?
And you know that you retire everything. Let me call you out of retirement very quickly.
Or like, I know you were doing your own thing over there, but you know, you want to give us a hand over here? And they're like, yeah, sure, why not? It's like,
I'm like, old times, yeah, old times. I don't know.
It's like old times, yeah. I'll jump back on the crew. And like, it does have me wondering, like, why would they have split up? Because like some of them are like don't even make sense. Like they would have left, right? So like Narmaya, for instance, the way she's supposed to be is like the older sister of like the squad, right? So a part of it, when you look at it, is like, so why are you not here right now? Like what? Like where are you currently? Like why are you not currently on the team right now? And that's just the only like it's like a little thing that's like okay why, but it's like it just lets you unlock people and do fun stuff with them over time. It's kind of cool. We've been watching Brothers Sons as well. That's another thing. That's been fun. We're almost at the last. We actually have one more episode left, right? Devaughn?
One more episode now.
Okay, so we're almost done with that. That's
Big
been
finale.
a fun ride. We'll do a whole spoiler talk on that when we get done with that because it's been fun. I've actually really enjoyed it. But checking out this anime called Scried.
Scry.
And yeah, it is spelled S-CRY-ED.
Oh, they wanted all of that.
Now, this is an early 2000s anime. It was on Toonami for a little bit, and then it kind of disappeared at some point.
Oh,
Nobody knows why, but it's good. So this is more of a recommendation of, hey, yo, go check this thing out that you probably didn't know about. But Scried is cool. Basically, they live in a post-apocalyptic Japan, sort of. Basically, this giant rift happened, and like half of the island, half of the land of Nippon is ripped up and kind of a wasteland and poverty-stricken, and a bunch of superheroes live over there. Well, superpowered individuals live over there. And on the other side are a bunch of like rich, entitled, we have technology, we're doing good over here. And some superpowered people are over there. On the higher class side of the island, it's kind of frowned upon for you to have those powers, and you have to essentially prove your worth by like, saving people and joining this crew that's going out into like these wastelands and trying to claim back these wastelands. Now, fun fact is, the people in the wastelands have developed and, done their own thing for a while now. So they're like, we're chilling. Things could be better, but we've created our own way in society of doing things. So we're trying to just, live life. It's not that it couldn't be better, but them taking over isn't exactly a good thing either. You know what I mean? In this world, the people with powers are called alters.
Mm-hmm.
And alters basically have stand powers. I say this only because if you know about JoJo and anything like that, the way they treat power sets is very different from most shonens and things of that nature. Where in Scried, everyone has a unique ability, which is usually involving some type of metallic robot thing. And they have this cool thing where they basically like rip parts of the environment around them whenever they transform or do their powers to create whatever that thing is, right? Mm-hmm. So some people might have a giant, like essentially a metal kaiju, right? That just, it walks around and shoots things. There's one dude that has a gun, like it's just a giant revolver. It doesn't shoot at people, right? But it's shooting missiles, essentially, because it's a giant revolver. And our main protagonist has the ability he has 3 punches, 3 really, really hard punches. His arm transforms, essentially. And each one is increasingly stronger. And then after that, fight done for him. Like, tap out, you're over. Like, end it in 3 hits or it's done. It's kind of a cool one.
You ate those? Fuck.
Exactly. But like the powers vary up tremendously. So it's kind of like you have your set and you're dealing with someone that has another set and you're like, okay, how do I get through this? And it's like, that's a good question. Be smart about it. Figure it out. But in a series like this, which is kind of fun, I guess it reflects the characters you have, because our main character in Scryed is kind of not the smartest tool in the shed, so giving him something simple like just punching stuff makes sense. But it's just like strategize how you punch somebody. I'm like, all right, I can do that. I can just try to get a clean hit in sometimes, and it should work. But that's been pretty much fun with it. I like the kind of the political intrigue that they have going on. It's not super deep, but it's fun with the idea of like one side of it is like the main rival of it, of the whole thing, the main antagonist, I should say, is a dude who simply is a part of this group known as Holy, which is part of the obviously. Okay, I'll say this: this show does wear a lot of its themes on its sleeve real hard. So it's like, oh, what is the name of the group? Whole and Holy. And it's like, huh, is it because they're holier than thou? Fascinating. I get it. But like the main antagonist being like, he lost his mom to like a wild alter. His mom and his dog. I have to be specific. He lost both. Not just his mom and his dog. To a wild alter, basically doing whatever they felt like with their powers. And so when he grows up and essentially is old enough to do stuff using his alter abilities, he's super down for the cause of being like, hey man, gotta put some order into these places out here, else we're just gonna end up people are just gonna keep losing people, and bad stuff is gonna keep happening, right? Because no one's keeping them in check. On the other side, on the flip side, for a main protagonist, he's just like, bro, I just want freedom, bro. I just want to do what I want. Doing a stuffy job and the stuff that you guys are offering is not what I want to do. And what he does is he's a mercenary for the most part, and he tends to save people more than not. Like a lot of his jobs that he seems to do is like on the altruistic side. And after getting captured, because this happens in like the first couple episodes, after getting captured by Holy and then breaking out, he's even more inclined to be like, nah, man, Holy gotta go. Like, as far as I'm concerned, these people suck. And he specifically got beef with our main antagonist because he's like, you beat me. And, like, no one's done that. So me and you got beef from now on. Until I kick your ass, we got beef. And that's just the whole deal with the show. Is that he's like, I'm gonna run a revolution against this, like, just a one-man revolution against the Holy Foundation and Whole and all of them. Right? And on the flip side, they're like, hey, these altars are fucked up. They need to be held in peace or dealt with like harshly, because you get to see when you see what they do in the prisons and stuff like that to those who are altars that don't confide by the rules of being an altar in their eyes and in their society. You're seeing that they're put under like constant torture, and like the justice system that they get for being an altar is like weirdly cruel. It's super easy to get like execution for maybe even just petty crimes in comparison, and it's like, yeah, nah, it's one of those things where you're like, okay, they're kind of bugging over here, but like this wasteland crap ain't good either. So it's a nice little dichotomy. Like obviously the answer is somewhere found in the middle, but it's two extremes clashing against each other. Super cool. Recommend it. Also. Okay, so I'm going to try to speed through the rest of these because I don't want to take up too much more time. But we're going to say, I read Ultimate Spider-Man and Ultimate Black Panther. I can go on for hours about both of those. They're sick. I like what they're doing with both characters. I will talk about this heavily at maybe another date. But, like, I like the fact that Killmonger is out here being a revolutionary in a cool way. I like the fact that Black Panther is married to T'Challa himself is married to Okoye, but they kind of seemingly have a loveless marriage. It's seemingly just out of obligation, but they do help each other out. Like they're allies and friends, but they clearly are not lovers. And I like the fact that in this pairing of Okoye and T'Challa, which is actually something I didn't know I needed because they're really cool together, we also have Killmonger and Storm, and that makes for some crazy shit when you know that they're going to come at odds and it's going to go down. And I'm like, And then on top of that, like I said before, Moon Knight is the main antagonist. Raw and Khonshu out here pulling up to Wakanda and doing some crazy crap. And now they're at war with Moon Knight. And that's wild to me. I'm like,
Moon Knight. Where did Moon
that's
Knight
what
come
I'm
from?
saying. Over here on Spider-Man, though, real quick, it's like I like the fact that, like, you know, it's been technically a lot of this has happened without him being Spider-Man, and he is now becoming Spider-Man after already having a wife and kids and feeling like something's been going wrong. He has a wife. His wife is MJ, obviously, and not Gwen, which is weird to think about. It's a possibility, but like it's fun that it's MJ, but it's weird because for the simple fact that it's like, so where is Gwen? Because technically she wouldn't be dead if, you know, he was never Spider-Man. But that's its own thing, right?
She's
But
the
fun
Green
part about
Goblin.
No. We actually know that it's not her.
Okay. Lizard.
It's definitely Harry. It's definitely Harry because Norman Osborn is dead in this universe, in this version of it. He died in the same accident that also killed Aunt May.
Oh.
And the kicker is that Uncle Ben is still alive.
Oh no. Oh
And
yeah.
so everybody's like, huh, fascinating. So with the idea that like he is now like being Spider-Man, being, you know, happy with kids, but also being like, hey, now it's time for me to be out here being a hero now. With the idea that Uncle Ben is also his guiding light in the background. And he has a good relationship with Jameson, which is also kind of funny because Jameson literally looks at him going like, I mean, in the comics, they have Peter Parker and Jameson have a rocky but kind of solid relationship where it's like they're cool with each other. They're not at heads. You know what I mean? Like Jameson looks at Peter as one of his sons. In this one, it's just straight up like, nah, bro, that's basically my other kid. Like from the get-go, it's like, not you. And he's like, and Ben Parker's my best friend, basically. He's like, Ben Parker, that's my nigga. Like,
You know, it's kind of funny that his life goes to shit when he becomes Spider-Man early, but his life kind of stays together when he gets Spider-Man later on in life. Once you know.
Oh yeah, and I like the fact that like little details that they managed to slide in is the fact that Peter Parker is still like he's still late to things. There's certain aspects of him that's like, yeah, it's less about him being Spider-Man and maybe that Peter Parker is just kind of like this. And he's still late to things. He forgets about stuff, and sometimes he's a little, but he's there a lot more than he's not because he's not Spider-Man. You know what I mean?
A lot of free time.
Yeah. So it's gonna be fascinating because going forward, it's funny because he has this support system that he just didn't have before. So, like for instance, Mary Jane doesn't know exactly what he's about to do when he's going to become and don the suit and become Spider-Man. But like, she's like, you know what? Here's the deal. He's like, is it gonna affect us? Like us being, you know, together? He's like, oh, never. Nah, we're always gonna be together. Cool. You gonna be there for the kids? He's like, yeah, no, I'll definitely make time. All right, cool. Go get him. And I was like, yes, that's what he needs. that's all we wanted.
Not
is
the
for him to just come home and be happy.
That one thing with Paul.
Yes.
Not that fucker.
Fucking Paul.
I don't know the storyline that well. I think Comic Story explained it to me a bit, but I still hate that storyline.
Dude, so Devaughn, I'll explain the storyline real quickly, and I'll do it in as few words as possible. So the storyline we're referring to that's currently happening is by Zeb Wells, and he's running what is considered to be known as probably one of the most reviled Spider-Man runs of all time. It's one of them, not the, but one of them, for sure. One of the big things he thought was a good idea, and no one has liked it, is the fact that he has, like I said, I'm going to do it in as few words as possible. So Peter Parker's getting cucked by like this dude named Paul, and I say this in like not a like a
Who the fuck is Paul?
That's the thing, ain't it? But Paul is basically this dude that like helped them out at one point because basically, and I'm gonna do this really quickly, Spider-Man and MJ get thrown into another dimension real quick at some point because
They get isekai.
They get isekai'd. Paul is over there. He's working on some tech stuff. He's like, hey, man, I got this thing that'll let you guys go back to your place, but it could only take one of you. He's like, as long as you could go back and, you know, figure things out, you can come back and get us. And so they're like, well, Peter's like, I don't want to go. And they're like, nah, take it, right? And they push him through a portal, and he goes back, and he's like, and accidentally makes a nuke wherever he was. I don't know what happens when he pulls back up, but it's an explosion, and people get hurt. Spider-Man doesn't have time to explain because he finds out that time is moving faster in the other universe than it is in the current, 616. So basically, every second, every minute there is time passing significantly for them on the other side. And so he's like, I gotta move. And so he basically ends up cutting ties with all the Avengers and everything like that because he doesn't have time to explain why he doesn't have time to explain. And he gotta go. And so he's punching Captain America in the face and dipping out between other people, and then the Fantastic Four are like, wait, we could do something, and it's like, but we gotta do this first, and he's like, I don't got time like that, so he like punches somebody in the face on that one and dips out, like he flies out a window. And people kind of pissed about him. They're like, okay, Peter Parker, Spider-Man, you fucking up. Alright. But ultimately he gets back, and it's been 2 years, right? It's been 2 years for them. And so within that time, Mary Jane has kids with this dude named Paul, and they come back with the kids and are like, well, we're gonna take care of them. Bye, Peter. Sorry, you should get over it. It was like 2 years, and people are kind of upset about this for obvious reasons. And then on top of that, there's also the idea that the book doesn't bother to really show Peter's perspective on it. Like everyone else acts like Peter's being a dick for not moving forward and things like that. He's like, yo, things change, man. Get it together. It's been a minute. I'm over you. And this was his girlfriend literally 2 hours ago.
Yeah.
And then, earlier in the week they were going out for dinner, and now she's married, quote unquote, with kids, with some other dude. And it's this is weird. Because technically MJ cheated. Technically.
Yeah.
It was 2 years.
That's not even fair.
But it's not fair. Right.
That's a lot of time to wait.
So it's not fair. It's both not fair in both instances, because it's the comic does a really good job at showing her perspective, and it sticks with that. And you're like, yeah, it was 2 years. But then you remember that it's right, for him it wasn't 2 years. It was a couple hours. A couple hours in which he cut ties with almost everyone he knew to try to get them back, only for him to be with somebody else. And so it's
and not even that, just the fact that she decided to do that within 2 years is kind of
2 years is a long time.
It is a long time. Yeah,
Actually,
I know. I understand that. But
actually, it was a year because she had kids. That means that she had to wait all that. Nah,
it's two years as well. I mean, she decided to give up 6 months before.
Now, here's the fun fact about the kids is that the kids are technically adopted. Now, here's the stupid part, though. The kids are adopted because they found them in the wreckage. It's just really weird that the kids look like both Paul and MJ. They designed them to look like Paul and MJ. So it's just
they designed them so we would be so infuriated during the
get it, yeah. So you look at it and go even more infuriated. You're like, what? But but the deal is the kids are adopted. They're not. They really went on record and being the kids are not actually we didn't fucking have the kids, but we took care of them. They're we're a family now. And it's it's still fucked up. Let's change the fact that you're with Paul.
Now MJ's not with him, right?
Yeah, MJ is currently not with him, and Peter is being, like I said, being cooked, honestly. And that's not to be pissy and mean about it. That it's literally kind of the definition of what's happening right now. And it's it's not great. It's not great for Spider-Man out here. It's not a good time. But in the Ultimate Universe, great time. This is what we want to see. This is what we always wanted. Which is why everyone's thank God Ultimate Spider-Man exists. I can ignore the mainline book. And I'm that's unfortunate.
That is unfortunate. The main canon is so bad that the alternate is so much better.
This is the better solution. It's why am I bothering otherwise? And then the last one I went through is Metallic Rouge. I haven't finished it, but I started watching it. It's cool. Basically, it's all the stuff I like in my sci-fi stuff. We have a world, right, in which a big war happened. In fact, our opening thing is hey, yo, so we're on Mars, right? So we're just on Mars. The city of Mars, well, the world of Mars is our location. City on Mars is also our location. Cool. There are people there are humans and then there are neons. Neons are androids that existed for weapon purposes when they fought against literal aliens that came and tried to destroy them at one point. And now that the wartime is over, neons obviously need a new purpose. They are given I guess, usually the 3 rules. They have several rules, actually, that are implemented into them. But essentially, the 3 rules of robotics, which is like, can't hurt humans, yada, 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 right? Very clear that in this world that neons are treated as the lesser. In fact, they would go as far as to have them be masters and kind of like slaves. And neons also need a little vial that keeps them alive in this world. Just straight up, it's just like, hey, yeah, you gotta inject yourself with this stuff by like within like 24 hours, or like you might stop working. It's not a good time for you. And it's like, that sucks. Neons are usually identified by like they tend to have grayer skin, but they don't have to. And they have lines. They have like these like circuitry lines on them. Though it has been shown that there are some neons who can pass off completely as humans and even have like hidden ports. And when they do their thing, when they like inject themselves, they get like these crazy looking, really cool light tattoos that glow up on them for a bit before they fade away and disappear, like as if they were never there. It's really sick looking. Really cool art for that. The deal is that somebody, the Metallic Rouge, has been running around killing these specific neons known as immortals. And they don't know who it is, but they've been tracking them down and kicking their butts pretty hard. And if you like kind of dark tokusatsu mixed with obvious themes of usual sci-fi, what it means to be human type things, and fun stuff like that, like existentialism and dealing with inequalities and obviously racism being a huge part of it, stuff like that. What it means to be like the lesser, things of that nature. If you like those themes, it's in here, but it's jam-packed into a cool action-packed robot fights robot thing in which you looked at basically Power Ranger-esque style like characters fighting other ones that look like that, because they get it full on like almost Sailor Moon transformations, and then they start punching and kicking on a level that's like, yeah, this looks sick. It's like, this is cool to watch. It's one of the new ones. There's not many episodes out, but I definitely recommend watching Metallic Rouge. If you got a chance, I'll probably have to show you an episode.
Metallic Rouge. Say it again?
Metallic Rouge.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll show you guys an episode later today. At some point. We'll just watch it at some point. The other thing is, HellDivers is cool. HellDivers 2 is cool. Fun times. Can't wait to play that with other people because I've been playing by myself for right now, so like enjoy that. That's fun. And I think that's it for me because I didn't want to spend too much time going through my weeks. Is there anything you guys might want to mention from the Dogger real quick?
Knuckles' show.
How could I forget that Knuckles is getting a show? Actually, I'm really excited about that.
I am. It looks fun.
I'm actually really excited about Knuckles getting a show.
And the thing that
Idris Elba is still doing his thing as Knuckles.
That's something.
He's punching dudes as well.
He is.
We're seeing a lot of echidnas all over the place. It's gonna be fun.
I'm just loving
I think he's gonna have to move out of Sonic's house.
Possibly, yeah.
He might have to be moved out. Because he's shenanigans.
No, he seems like he's trying to like get his own grip, try and help someone else possibly. But the funniest thing to me is that he's just like, to that one guy who he's helping is like, nah, he needs to get himself out of the situation, and proceeds to drink a whole entire container of just black coffee. Like, damn, man, that's metal. Like, I know you're rough. You're rougher than the rest of them, but damn.
That's some black coffee, bro. I don't know if you can drink that like that.
It's just the amount. I can sometimes drink black coffee, depending on what the coffee is. It has to be like a certain roast. But still, that's probably like Folgers, and Folgers is trash. And he can just drink that straight. It's like, god damn, man. I can see why they call you Knuckles, and unlike Sonic, you don't chuckle.
He don't chuckle. He does not chuckle.
No.
He does, but not in the rap song. Alright, Devaughn, what you got? You got something?
A Quiet Place. That
Cool, you
trailer
read my
actually-
mind.
I was going through this awesome with good stuff, and I watched that trailer. Whoa, hold on. I really want to watch this. That sounds like a great concept and a crazy idea.
We never
How
actually
does
got to see the
Quiet-
first day of
Mhm.
The Quiet Place. And it's cool that we're picking up with a completely different character too. Also, my
I fuck with
baby
this.
Lupita Nyong'o is in there. I'm happy.
Oh,
I'm happy to see her be in more things. I mean, she's famous already, so she's good. Like she's getting money, but you know, it's nice to see her in it. Plus, it do look kind of scary. It's gonna be fun.
Well, it's day one, so I think most people, it's understandable why everyone is freaking the fuck out.
Also, I just find it funny that Jim Scorsese has found a way to manage to fit himself into each of these movies, despite him being dead since the first one. His character being dead since the first movie, and so you're like, huh?
Hey, you look like my
And,
father.
yeah.
I'm not your father. My name is something different.
No, he's like what it is like they're all like prequels or like half prequels. Like the second one is like both a sequel and a prequel. Like it has a bunch of flashback scenes.
Okay.
Jesus. Yeah, I'm looking at the trailer as we're talking, and it's like it's pretty wild.
It is, yeah.
Did you hooked?
Oh, she got the
Don't tell me
cat.
that
She
either.
kept the cat. I thought the cat was gonna be gone.
I
Oh,
thought the
cool.
cat would be,
She
you
got
know.
Um, Yeah, no, me too. Good cat. It understands being quiet. I guess a cat would be a better animal to have because it does get it. It definitely understands when it's like, I'm gonna need to shut the fuck up.
Unless you have a
Need to be
Siamese
real
cat,
quiet
then you
right
might
now.
be screwed.
And then on top of that, it could be a situation in which like cats just simply, you know, they don't have to be loud. They choose to be loud, but they're like, little meows. Fine, you're covered. It's not a lot of noise. Also, I'm gonna be really sad if they kill the cat in that. I feel like they're gonna do that at some point. I'm gonna be so hurt. It's gonna be a way of kicking you in the butt. You're like, oh man, my feelings. Damn.
that cat is
Sadness
gonna be
ready.
like the most important thing. Once it dies, everyone's gonna lose their shit.
It's gonna like save her or some shit. Like it's gonna be like one of the reasons like she lives. I'm like, oh no, not the cat.
I imagine everyone bawling when that cat dies. It's just
I will ball. I will ball for the cat. Well, I'll mention since you guys got those two. Deadpool and Wolverine officially got a trailer today.
yes,
That shit's
it is
crazy.
That
great.
announcement's pretty funny.
It's pretty funny. It's pretty
Oh,
cool.
you help me? You give me a hand? Oh, thanks, man. Oh my God, no, stop.
I was really hoping that we would properly see Hugh Jackman, considering that we just straight up know he's in the film.
It was
but,
literally
yeah,
just
it was fine.
he was literally asked that
It's just a
Ryan
bad,
Reynolds
yeah, it's
just
just a shot.
asked him like, "Hey, you want to be on the next movie?" Like, fuck you, Wade. Oh, something like that. Yes, or something like that. Either fuck you, Wade, or yes, I'll be in the next
Sounds like a
one.
plan.
The fact that putting a TV in is actually pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's gonna be kind of fun. I like that they're implementing some of that in there because it's the timeline shenanigans with the MCU, and they're
They
basically
can do anything. And Deadpool do anything.
exactly. So they're like, "Hey, Deadpool, you wanna be in the MCU? If you do these things, we can put you over there." And he's like,
I imagine that being the
"Sounds like a plan."
That's the concept. Would be fucking hilarious.
So that's how we're gonna get
Good start.
Deadpool and Wolverine in the MCU, and it's gonna be fun from what it looks like. I'm gonna enjoy it, and hopefully this is very bloody and gory, and we've seen that it's pretty bloody so far.
I imagine it
They're doing a
being
good
like,
thing.
"Hey, yo, you know this Spider-Man fellow right here? He screwed up a lot. I need you to help me fix this, please."
Please, as much as I don't want to get into it, the MCU Spider-Man pisses me off, and I like MCU Spider-Man, but I don't want to get into it.
Tom Holland, what fuck you doing?
It's not even Tom Holland. Like
I know.
it's just there's a lot of the stuff that's just involved with the writing, and I'm like, oh come on, why like this?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a whole nother rant for another time that I'll do, whatever. But
Rolling Rascals.
we'll mention Rolling Rascals because Rolling Rascals looks cool, even though I think we've talked about it in general before, but officially they have the
Don't
demo that's out
remember
now.
it, but it looks fantastic. It's
We talked about it when it was in its proto stages. It is now in
Oh.
A. We can show you a bunch of stuff, and there's a demo you can play now.
it just
stage.
looks like Sonic. It's just Sonic.
Yeah, it's a cool Sonic.
Yeah,
it's a Sonic
we
game
like
never
Sonic
got.
here.
Yeah.
We do. So that's gonna be fun. Go check it out. Also, it has a GoFundMe, not GoFundMe, Kickstarter. That's out currently right now. Go fund that. Go give money to it so we can play this game.
Yes.
I mean, we can play it technically with the demo, but I want to play it. I want it to be out. So go. We're not sponsored by it, but I'm probably gonna donate, so you guys do it too. Go forth.
Be free. Do it.
Be free. I think that should do it.
Actually, no, wait. There's one more thing we gotta talk about.
Yeah, one more.
Bears in space.
Fuck, we do gotta talk about bears in space. Okay, fine. So, I will admit, a funny story. Me and Leon saw this out of the corner of our eyes, and I was like, what the hell is this, bro? And we looked at it, and we was like, I think our first thoughts were like, okay, it's weird. It looks like it's gonna be a 3D platformer based on some of the level design, because they show like the environmental stuff.
Yep.
And like, okay,
And
whatever.
bang.
And then it's a first person shooter that like you're like running around with bear claws and punching things, and I'm like, okay, you're the bear, and there's like bullet hell stuff going on, and I'm like, okay,
you're shooting Hadoukens as the bear.
And then you shoot a Hadouken, and then there's a shotgun at some point, like a laser shotgun. There's a giant robot, and we're like, okay, so it's a first person shooter that has bullet hell elements. I didn't see that coming, and you're actually the bear, so that's, I mean, I guess it makes sense. It's called Bears in Space.
You can be a human too, possibly.
But it does also look like you can be both.
Yeah.
You can be both. And it just gets kind of wild, and we were looking at it going like, okay, I can't say I expected anything in this trailer at all, and you have my attention for real. This looks fun. The game itself looks really fun. It's clearly a boomer shooter it knows what it's doing. It's being crazy, it's being wacky, and it's having fun with the idea that it's doing, and it's not afraid to be exactly what it wants to be. And I applaud it for that. Definitely gotta applaud it for that. Now, we will wrap it up here because we need to get back over to the other chat so that we can get ready for a stream that's going up. So, because this episode will not go up immediately, but the stream will go up, we will let you know if you missed it and you're listening to the podcast or you forgot about it by any chance. The VOD will exist. But what we have to tell you is really simple. We're going to be starting a series of Let's Watches that are going to be happening at I guess we're going to probably do it Sundays. Sundays makes the most sense. We're going to be watching Halo Season 2 because we did say we would do it.
That was my fault.
We did. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's exact reaction. We're going to be watching it, so you guys should join us to watch our misery as we watch it. Because we're going to lose it.
I could for Aaron like, fucking pause this show. I can't with this.
So, by all means, come and join us as we suffer through Halo Season 2. Or maybe not. Who knows? It could be good. I don't know. I doubt it. But it could be.
Kevin for shaky hands again. It's going to be so great.
Hey, as long as he doesn't become Master Cheeks.
Take off his helmet again. Like
he probably will, honest to God. Because
he's going to start with his helmet off. I promise you. I feel like the first scene we're going to see him, he's not even going to be in his helmet. I feel it. I want to put $5 on it. I want to put $5 on it right now. It's going to be on recording. I'm putting $5 on the fact the first time we see Master Chief in this season, he's going to have his helmet off. First scene.
Imagine it's just his unconscious body or whatever the hell, just in the suit being piloted.
Still being piloted? Yeah, still being piloted. Oh. I feel it. I really do. I feel like, no, we're not talking about flashback stuff, right? It's got to be like his first scene.
Actual scene.
We'll say that like he has lines. The first thing he has lines in, unless it's an action, like a real big action scene, then we'll take the action scene, right?
He's like, you want to see my cock? He's like,
no. I actually just don't want to see you out of the suit at all, to be honest. But we're gonna be doing that, so you can join us over at Twitch /PaperPlayAction. If you don't see it there, you can always go to our YouTube channel, which is the same thing, and that'll be uploaded there, so you guys can watch the Let's Watch and understand that we're, falling apart while watching this. But we got a nice little setup for it, and it's going to be fun. Join us, do your thing. If you don't or do, or whatever it is you decide to do, what you should do is follow us on the app formerly known as Twitter, at @paper_action. And
we
you
gotta
can
do
follow us
something
on
about
Threads.
that. We gotta say something. Like we was called Twitter. Fuck this X shit. Don't ignore it.
That's the best part. We get to roll around with the joke and just get to say as many as we want to.
Nah.
You see, the problem is that the fucking URL still says Twitter on there. So
That's what I'm saying. They didn't even change it, so why are we changing it?
The title itself is X. X.
Fair point.
It's what's happening /X. No.
What?
No.
We'll also add in the fact that, hey, if you would like to, you can always hit us up in the description. We have a little tip jar there if you want to donate a little bit of something to the show, so that we can keep doing this and have fun and do things that have stuff happen
Might be able to afford a
and
game.
have fun little things that we get to do, like this watch one or this really fun episode of Squiz Corner that's coming out.
Oh,
real
that's
soon.
a banger. You don't even know.
Oh yeah, no, y'all don't even know. That was a
That was
banger.
fucking insanity.
I don't even know yet. We recorded that one. That one's great. We got it just for you guys for Valentine's Day. So enjoy that. When that
It
drops
was terrible.
on Valentine's
God,
Day.
it was awful.
But more than anything else, you can always just let people know about the show. Spread it around, because we're trying to do some big fun stuff. And we want other people to enjoy it as well. So, get to people. Send it around. Tell people about it. Do things like that. It's going to be fun.
Just
And I'm going to remember at some point to probably put up the stuff so you guys can order your t-shirt and stuff like that, because you guys still don't know what they look like, and I keep forgetting to put them up. And I already took the pictures. I have the whole photo shoot and everything done. I just haven't put them up for some reason, but it's fine. Enjoy yourselves. Have a good night or good day or whenever this is.
Either way, yeah.
You can say bye. It's fine. Just say bye.
Good.
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
We're out.
Taylor about the fucking flex.
My crown, cause you've been on my mind running around, cause you've been on my mind running around, cause you've been on my mind running around, cause you've been on my mind running around. I pray for better days, better days, better days.
Taylor about the fucking flex.
Cause you've been on my mind.